Haptics, touch behavior. So it refers to touch behaviors that convey meaning during your interaction. So you have different types of interaction. In a professional situation, you may have an interaction with a social situation. You may have an interaction in a personal situation. So in all these situations, your touch behavior means a lot. So how touch messages are interpreted, this is very important. How your handshake is interpreted is very important. It can be interpreted as a friendly handshake, or it can be interpreted as a hostile handshake. Similarly, if you are patting somebody on the shoulder, it may be taken as an encouragement, or it may be taken as a condescending behavior. You are trying to be bossy. So it's very important that when you are making this touch behavior with other, you need to be careful. So there are certain instances or situation in which you are supposed to avoid this behavior. For example, stranger unless being introduced or offering assistance. When you meet stranger, you do not make any touch behavior. You do not have a handshake with them. And similarly, when you are meeting strangers, only if you want to offer them some assistance, you make this touch behavior. Otherwise, it is very appropriate to make no touch behavior when you are dealing with strangers. Hurtful touches and apologize. For example, if unintentionally you have touched someone, right, while walking, your shoulder has hurt somebody, it's very important that you should apologize for your touch behavior. Startling, surprising another person with your touch. If you touch somebody without any acquaintance, without any previous acquaintance, it can startle the other person, it can confuse the other person, and it can also be surprising for the other person. So make sure that if you want to talk to any stranger, do not touch them. It's better that you communicate them verbally instead of unverbally. Hugging someone while they are talking to someone. Make sure that even if you have some friend with you and he is talking with somebody else, so in this situation, you need not hug your friend. For example, your friend who is having conversation with another person and you meet him or meet her. So try to avoid to hug him or her, because it can confuse them and this can mar the context of the communication. So combining touch with negative criticism. So when you are touching someone, make sure that you are not using any negative statement, negative comments to that person. Especially make sure that when you are talking to someone, even if he is your friend, do not put your hand on their shoulder, because it will convey that you are in a condescending way. So whenever you make touch, you need to be careful that your touch is appropriate. Your touch does not create any misunderstanding. Your touch is about to strengthen the communication, not to weaken it or not to annoy the other person.